What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mommy Suna.
The cycle of life can be cruel.
Here we are again. Let's look at some freaking memes. Before anyone asks how I'm doing, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm doing great. I no longer feel like I got hit by a bus anymore on the lower half of my body. However, you know what's crazy is that I didn't really have like super crazy back pain while I was pregnant, but I think it's because there were so many other things that hurt that like I didn't notice how bad my back hurt. Dude, my back has been effed up for the past week. I mean, I've always had back issues. I guess I just kind of forgot about how bad my back issues were while I was pregnant because everything else just sucks. And it's like not in my lower back where I have my epidural either. It's like just in the middle of my back. Like it just hurts. I don't know. Other than that though, I'm doing great. Baby's doing absolutely wonderful. He's the light of my life. Thank you for asking. Him and Sparrow, of course. If you want updates on my motherhood experience, I post on Instagram, at least on my stories, like daily. Anyway, the top meme this week on the anti-MLM subreddit is just titled, I mean, they're not wrong. Girls who put the Playboy bunny stickers on themselves in the tanning bed in 7th grade are all in jail now. Not true. Some are trying to sell my wife Arbonne. Holy shit, I forgot all about this trend. I don't think I knew anyone in 7th grade who was like going to actual tanning beds. It must have been an early 2000s thing, right? Not even necessarily the Playboy bunny, like they would just do like a heart sticker or something and then just go lay out and get a tan. Although I live in Arizona, so it's like not that hard to get a tan here. But wow, yeah, I forgot all about that. Anyway, yeah, I think probably more of them are just trying to sell Arbonne at this point, right? Among other companies. Pampered Chef ran to Walmart to grab a few things. I'm currently going through a divorce, so I haven't left my house for 5 weeks due to major depression. Ran into an old friend who works there. I felt like I was short with her and I was being very rude, so I tried to apologize for my behavior. This is what I got. I'm sorry if I came off as rude. I sincerely don't mean to. It's been almost 2 months since she left me for another man and I'm still emotionally raw as the day she left.
Have you considered an online business? And I hate to hear that because you definitely deserve better than that. Wanna sell Pampered Chef with me? Right now it's only $20.21 for a startup fee.
You know what would make you feel better? I know you're losing half of everything you have because of your divorce, but hey, you know what'll make you feel better? Is if you invest what you do have left into Pampered Chef. $20.21 is not a bad sign-up fee, but I mean, obviously, these low sign-up fees usually translate into, well, if you really want to get a good start in the business, buy more products and try more products. This poor guy. That sucks. Like, leaving your house for the first time in 5 weeks just to be pitched an MLM, like, this person, you know what? It's cruel. They're literally like chasing this poor guy back into his house for another 5 weeks, which at the same time, it's COVID, so like don't even bother leaving your house anyway, but like I get it when you're depressed, staying in your house for 5 weeks straight definitely doesn't help. Juice Plus, this is one I haven't heard of lately. Didn't they close down? No, I'm thinking of, I keep wanting to say Jilly Juice, and I'm like, dude, it's not Jilly Juice, it's not even an MLM, it's just a cult. Jamberry, that's what I'm trying to think of. But I feel like we don't hear about Juice Plus very often, so what the heck is going on? I answered yes to a poll on her Instagram story asking who took multivitamins, not realizing she was a hun. Oh no. Well, I mean, that's such a random question to ask somebody in the first place. Like, I think it's pretty obvious that someone's gonna be pitching something with a question like that. You should have known better, sir. Ooh, this is a long one though. Okay.
Hey, thank you for voting on my poll. Some people are boring and don't participate. LOLXX. What multivitamins do you take? XX.
Just one from Amazon.
I've seen it on your grid face poem. Have you had any thoughts on the whole food capsules that I'd ache? They're literally raw fruits or veg, which have been cold pressed, which means that they contain all the phytonutrients and antioxidants. They're also backed by 20 studies that prove that they are beneficial to the body. Whereas multivitamins are heated and man-made in a lab, they're known to be excreted through the urine and they also don't provide any long-term health benefits. XX multivitamins also don't have to disclose the full ingredients list. 16 pounds for a year doesn't seem right, if you think about all the Foods Abs health products that are actually proven to be beneficial. They're not cheap. XX.
Sorry, I'm not interested in Juice Plus.
No worries at all. Please, can I ask why? If you don't mind. XX.
Someone I know got into lots of debt supporting her upline when it got pitched to her as a way to make money.
Buying the products is a choice though. XX. It's a way of helping people not to just make money. X obviously that comes with every job. XX. I'm not arguing or anything, I was just interested to know. XX.
I've also just done a quick Google and seen that they have tried to take advantage of people with COVID-19 and got into huge trouble. It's great you're interested in it, but it's not a company I want to support.
Oh no, facepalm. You should believe everything you read online. I will leave you alone. It's 5 that you think we're all bad, but I'm not. XX shouldn't.
Okay, I'll just ignore the government documentation.
I can't be dealing with your negativity, X.
I'm not trusting a company that got in trouble with the Federal Trade Commission, especially when I'm putting their products in my body. That's what I was just gonna say, like, don't, this one's all like, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. They got warning letters from the FTC. The source for what this person was seeing on the internet is literally the FTC's website. She was saying that, oh, did you know that vitamins don't have to list everything that's in their ingredients? I can't imagine Juice Plus has to either, because they're also considered a supplement, right? Although this person was putting X's at the end of every message she was sending, so she's probably in the UK. I don't know any Americans who do that anyway. I mean, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the X thing at the end of messages is a UK thing. And if that's the case, it's like, well, I guess the FTC in America doesn't apply to me, so whatever. But yeah, the FTC definitely cracked down on Juice Plus. Yeah, the freaking nerve to be like, they don't have to disclose what's in their shit. And it's like, well, Juice Plus doesn't have to either, unless things are different in the UK. Also, like, you know, you always hear from dietitians and stuff that consuming fruits and vegetables that are not super altered from their original natural state is like the better way to go about it. I mean, this is probably all Hun science too, right? Where this person is just like, ours are cold pressed and the vitamins you buy from the store are not. There's heat applied to them, so it messes with everything and it all just comes out in your urine and it does not, okay, no. I mean, yeah, it does. If you take too many vitamins, yeah, it comes out in your urine, your body just expels it or whatever, but like, all vitamins are not created equally. Juice Plus has to answer to some kind of authority as well as far as, because they make consumable products, whether or not they're supplements or food. The Huns are just so clueless sometimes. I just and brainwashed. Buying the products is a choice though. Yeah, but you literally just slid into this person's DMs to try to sell them a product. So, and even on that note, it's like, okay, yeah, it's a choice and this person clearly isn't interested. And you're just like, but why? And it's always so cringy when the Huns do that too. The whole like, why? Can I answer any questions for you? Like as if they're gonna like blow your mind and change your mind about shit. Like 9 times out of 10, they can't do that. And especially because they're just fed like false information by their uplines all the time. Like when Huns try to say that they're experts on things, it's just like, no, you're not. You don't know shit about what you're talking about. Sorry, there was a lot to unpack there. Let's move on. Money, yay! Your hair is still damaged, but now you have less? Well, I'm sold.
1 year apart. I can't tell you how much of a difference regular oil treatments make.
First of all, I mean, there's filters on that second picture, obviously. The first picture doesn't look like there's any filters on it. Yeah, like it 100% looks so much worse. What the hell? Frizzy, dried, like you can tell because it's like triangular at the bottom. That's all a bunch of breakage. At least in the first picture, it's kind of cut straight across. Did they like bump up the sharpness just to be like, look at all these dead ends? I mean, I'm sure you've got dead ends under that filter on the right as well, hun. Young Living decided to try a new cafe today. Oh. They only put a sign clarifying their position on masks on the front counter and the employees were of course not wearing them. But here, have some thieves to protect you. Oh, gross. Okay. Masks not required. Yeah, I don't think a place that handles food should be so cavalier about health safety. They don't have the guts to put that on their front door, so you go in without realizing that you'll be greeted by someone not wearing a mask. If you're gonna break the law, at least be considerate to others and let them know before they come in. Also, I hope the owner doesn't reply saying they don't believe in COVID because they had a bottle of Pyramid Scheme essential oil hand sanitizer on their desk. You'll believe the pseudoscience behind thieves, but not public health officials? Put the sign on your front door. Oh my. There's so many directions I could go with talking about this. Fuck. It's really, really inconsiderate to not put that sign on their door. I agree with the person who wrote this review for sure. Maybe it's just depending on where this cafe is located, but isn't that against the law to be handling food and not wearing a mask right now? I mean, I guess it's probably different in a lot of places, but this is one of those things that when I look back on our COVID experience in the future, I hope that wearing a mask if you're preparing food for people just kind of becomes more commonplace. I doubt it will. Like, honestly, like, people hate masks. It's stupid. I get it. Like, no one wants to wear a mask. Well, that's not true. I've talked to people who are like, I don't mind wearing a mask because no one can see all the faces I'm making underneath it. I think it's required by law in public places where I live. So out of respect for the people around me, and because, you know, I believe in the science behind how effective they are, yeah, I'm gonna wear it. But to run your own restaurant and be like, don't give a shit, oh my god, that's just irresponsible. Is Transamerica an MLM? This was under World Financial Group. Interesting. It's a pyramid scheme. Don't apply to work here. It's as bad as Herbalife.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you did not understand who Transamerica is. You clearly have a hard time understanding the language since your vocabulary is apparently limited. Transamerica has been around since 1928, and if it was a pyramid as you called it, wouldn't you think it would be shut down by now, as pyramids are illegal? Get your facts straight and learn something new before you attempt to tarnish the reputation of a world-class reputable company. Good luck in your endeavors.
You know, my mom said if I don't have anything nice to say about someone's grammar, then I shouldn't say anything at all. Yeah, I don't know anything about Transamerica or whatever the fuck. I'm wondering if it's World Financial Group and just like one of those groups or whatever you'd call it. Like they disguise themselves as a group that's just made to support people in empowerment and self-worth and all that shit, but really it's just like a funnel into another pyramid scheme. So like this one would just be a funnel into World Financial Group. That's probably what this is. I don't know, I could be wrong. But I would argue that like as far as these like financial MLMs and stuff, especially in comparison to Herbalife. Yeah, Herbalife fucking sucks, and I wish it didn't exist. But I feel like things like Primerica and World Financial Group, I think that they are kind of worse than Herbalife just because they don't immediately come off as a multi-level marketing company or pyramid scheme right off the bat. And you don't usually really find out what it's all about until you're signed up and in it. But yeah, this owner guy probably just owns the firm and is like, submit your resumes to look like he's legit, but he's really not. He'd hire fucking anybody. I could send in a resume and say I won the Guinness World Records for biggest poop ever taken, and they wouldn't even read it. They'd be like, great, happy to have you join the team, money please. That'd be funny. That's something that someone should try. Like make a fake resume with just a bunch of bullshit on it and submit it to these Huns who are like, submit me your resume, and see how many messages back you get, because they're not gonna read it, I bet, 9 times out of 10. They won't even know that you're just fucking around. That would be a really fun experiment. And then when they are like, oh, we want to offer you an interview or offer you the job or whatever, just be like, did you read my resume? Oh shit, it'd be so funny. It works. Another Hun freed. Good evening all. I would like to announce that I'm not working with It Works anymore. I have an interview tomorrow, so wish me luck. Oh good. I wonder if there's a story behind this. Top comment just says, turns out it didn't work. Yup, could have told you that. The OP posted a comment that just said she got an interview at a local grocery store, so it's not like she's like got an interview for Cutco or something, you know. So that's good. I mean, there's not really much to say there, but good for this person for getting out. I just wish there was more of a story. I bet you have a story, don't you? Said the Hun. Current contestant on The Bachelor wins my final rose for best Insta bio. Oh god. For the love of God, please do not message me about your pyramid scheme. Do people still watch The Bachelor? Like, what the hell? I thought there was like a lot of, or The Bachelorette maybe, I don't know what it was, but I thought there was like a lot of drama going on with the last season because of COVID, and they're like calling her a cougar and stuff because she was like 40 or something. It's so stupid. I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of The Bachelor, so I have no idea. Those D-list celebrities, oh man, it must be so bad. They must get hit up all the time, like alumni from just about any reality show. Because you would expect when you get off of a reality show that like companies would slide into your DMs and offer you some kind of sponsorship or something, because at least there's an audience who watches cable television who knows you. But I feel like the Huns would absolutely use that as an excuse to just kind of sneak in. Young Living Hun can't be bothered to actually read her Insta post before posting. Oh no. Ew. We've seen a lot worse of Huns just like not looking at what they're posting or like what messages they're sending people in DMs, like not changing names and stuff. Like, this definitely isn't the worst. Did anyone really think that this girl made this graphic on her own? Probably not. Friend applied to one of those local Herbalife nutrition shops, and this is what the owner said during her interview about pay. Oh god, this is gonna be good, I think. She said that employees get paid based off of a point system, so each thing that you sell at the store, whether that be a shake or a tea or whatever, is a certain amount of points, and whatever points you end up with at the end of the day is how much you get paid. So say I, for some reason, sell more things than my other colleagues, I walk out with more. There's no base pay by any means. Also, she said that I would have to buy some product for myself and sell it on my social media, and I was like, hell no. And then she was trying to say that whatever I make at the end of the month, a portion of it has to go back to them to refund what they paid for the equipment. So I'd have to pay them back and use the blenders and such there. She literally said that at the end of the month, I have to make sure that I keep a certain fund that goes back into the company, because if I take all that money and I don't factor in what I owe them back, that could be problematic, whatever problematic means. Like, what's the point of buying equipment and then making your employees slowly pay you back for the equipment that you bought? Oh God, it's so much worse than I could have ever thought. Yeah, that's bad. I've heard different stories about different Herbalife shops. I know they all operate a little differently, but I don't see how this is legal at the same time. Maybe it's different with every state, but don't they have to guarantee a wage? Cause like, okay, so for example, you guys know I used to be a dog groomer at a large corporation, and let me tell you how I got paid there. So I got paid pretty much strictly commission, but I still had an hourly wage, which was like pretty much minimum wage, but like I never saw that. They called it commissioning out. So basically commissioning out means that I'm guaranteed my hourly and then they tack on the overflow of commissions, if that makes sense. So, oh my God, this is it. I worked there for 10 years and I just never found a good way to explain how I got paid. But basically, let's say I was making $10 an hour, I worked 40 hours that week. I'm saying $10 because that is easy to do the math for. So the minimum amount that I would have to make in order to commission out that week would be $400, because $10 an hour times 40 hours is $400. So my paycheck would look like this. It would be like hourly, and then it'd be like $400, and then underneath it would be like groom pay, and that would be the difference between the hourly and then the commissionable amount. It's really, really confusing. Dude, like talking about it almost sounds like an MLM. It's obviously not. I was a dog groomer. It was just kind of one of those things. I'm like, okay, I get paid commission. Like I got paid 50% of every dog that I groomed. If my sales for the week were $1,000, I would make $500. So that would be my commissionable amount. So my paycheck would be like $400 hourly plus $100 in groom pay. Does that make sense? Are you following me? But in general, the numbers, unless I didn't commission out, then I was at least guaranteed my hourly of $400. Now, I know if you are like a waitress or something at a restaurant, or I don't know, maybe a bartender or something, I know they have different rules on how they have to pay you. Like you're guaranteed an hourly, but it's like much lower than the minimum wage, however that works. But what I'm trying to say here is at the very least, don't you have to be guaranteed an hourly wage, like legally? Even in restaurants, I'm pretty sure they have to pay you something, even if it's only like $2 an hour or some shit like that, and then you get your tips on top of it. Although that may have changed in the land of the COVID. I guess what I'm trying to say is that that's really shitty. And then like, I'm just like talking about my work experience at this point. My first job was at Baskin Robbins. This is literally like, they give me an hourly wage, but then I have to pay them back at the end of the month because I was using their blenders to make milkshakes. Like, what the fuck? No, like, cause usually your return on investment to those blenders, like you make up for it pretty quickly in the price of the products you're selling, right? Like if I spend $500 on a blender, I'm gonna make $500 pretty easily on whatever products it is I'm selling. But no, instead, because they obviously, like, these places charge like $7-8 for a smoothie, or at least the ones I've seen anyway. It does not cost them that much money to make one of those smoothies. So why do they need extra money? And they're not even paying their people to begin with. And then also, you're standing behind a smoothie bar, you know? You're not like out on the streets trying to make sales. It's like whoever walks in, right? How do you build your business standing behind a smoothie bar? You literally have to go online like after work and be like, hey, come to my job and buy a smoothie from me. Sorry to dwell on this, but it's just so strange. This is the first I've heard that you have to pay people back. I mean, it's like renting a chair in a hair salon, except you're renting a blender. How much are they gonna take from you? Oh my God, it's a lot. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around what's going on in these Herbalife cafes. And I'm sure there are some who actually hire employees and pay them an hourly wage. But obviously, there are a lot of Herbalife cafes that don't do this, and that's a problem. Anyway, let's move on. Waste their time. Hey girl sliding into my DMs. Oh God.
Hey girl. Have you ever wanted to start your own social media agency, work from home, and be your own boss? Follow and DM Businesswoman for more info.
Hey girl, have you ever thought about getting a real job? Starting your own social media agency. What does that mean? I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a MLM, right? I mean, unless that's just what the terminology is now. And they weren't really wasting their time. It was just one message that clearly showed how they feel about what they were being pitched. Vector, yikes. Ran while I could. Hi, this is blank. After further consideration, I've decided I will not continue my training with blank. I appreciate the opportunity you've given me, but I cannot in good conscience work for a multi-level marketing scheme. Thanks for your understanding.
Hi. It's not an MLM as no one makes money off of recruits. I do more research before you make assumptions about any companies that choose to work with you in the future. Doesn't look good.
Oh, they always try to turn it back on you, like you're the one who's in the wrong, like you're the one who's making the mistake. No, you're not the one who's making a mistake. You're getting the fuck out before you lose all this money. If it's Vector, like that's Cutco, for those of you guys who don't know. But see, what this person meant to say was, no, we're not a pyramid scheme because we don't make money off of recruiting. You're still a multi-level marketing scheme at best, but also a pyramid scheme. I don't know what color I want to put on my inner lid. Inner lid, I don't think that's the right term I was looking for. I don't know. I say as I'm like putting a purple on there. Like literally all the research that this person had to do, that this person was like, you should have done more research. Literally all they have to do is Google, is Vector an MLM? Is Cutco an MLM? That'll give you the answer you need. This one's titled, not an MLM. I don't know. I can think of a lot of MLMs that have these traits. Oh, this is good. I saw this being used. I think this particular tweet was used in response to what's going on in world events right now. We're not going to talk about that because y'all get mad every time I do. But it is absolutely relevant to multi-level marketing companies as well, not just what's going on in the United States of America. Anyway, Neil deGrasse Tyson says, evidence you might be in a cult. Your group has one leader, usually male. You revere this leader and do what he tells you. Your group has the answers while no one else does, and you actively deny that your group is a cult. I think that last part is a really good indicator there. We see it a lot with DMs and stuff when people are like, I think we saw it even last week, when people are like, oh, if you Google it, you're gonna see a bunch of stuff about a cult. Just ignore that. Like, if you have to come out and be like, it's not a cult, yeah, no, it's definitely a cult. There are some MLMs that are not just run by men, although most of them are. And I think we're seeing it more often that actually it's kind of like a family affair in a lot of these cases. Like, I'm pretty sure Monet is run by like an entire family. But then you have stuff like Young Living, and it's like, yeah, even though Gary Young passed away a long time ago, they still like use all of his teachings to continue spreading about, you know. He wrote books and stuff, and those are still what the Young Living Huns like to go off of as far as essential oil education and stuff. I'm trying to get a video out about Ariel this week. I think I will, hopefully, because I'm really excited about it. But it's run by a husband and wife team, just like HempWorks is. Like, HempWorks was founded by a husband and wife team. I feel like we're seeing that a lot more. Now, Lime Life, the one that I was in, was ran by 2 women, although Alcone is the parent company, and I think that's run by men, if not another family situation. I don't really remember. But I bring up Ariel because it's really interesting. I guess I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what I'm working on. Ariel's really interesting because it's a brand new MLM. The founders used to be with HempWorks. They were really successful with HempWorks, so they had like a really big downline. I think it was like 13,000 people, and like most of the people jumped ship to continue working with them. That's what a lot of them are saying, but like I think it's just because it's like the whole ground level thing. Like, it's a brand new company, so your chances of being successful are higher when you get in early. We know that about MLMs. So yeah, I'm really excited to share that video with you guys because I've been researching it for pretty much since before I had my baby. So it's been a while since I've been like reading up on them, watching videos and all that stuff. It's a new company, so there's not like a bunch of dirt to dig up. It's all really interesting. The reason I guess I bring that up is because of the whole like so much of their organization in their first MLM jumped ship to follow them over there, partially out of like devotion to them as their upline. Juice Plus again? Are we in the Twilight Zone? Okay, I kind of feel bad now, but I was just being honest.
Hi lovely. Just thought I'd pop you a little message to wish you a happy and healthy new year. It was definitely different this year, wasn't it? Are there any goals you'd like to achieve in 2021?
I'm not interested in your MLM, sorry.
I wasn't asking you if you were interested. I'm just trying to connect with people and be kind during a difficult time. Thank you for your negativity.
You asked me out of the blue if there are any goals I wanted to achieve. I just said I wasn't interested. Hun, we know exactly what you were trying to do. Don't pull that shit. Thanks for your negativity. That must be a Juice Plus thing, huh? Why is Juice Plus coming out of the woodwork right now? What's going on? Oh, but it's so stupid. She's just like so playing dumb. Read some social cues, dude. Like that's just not a normal way to start a conversation with somebody, especially because it looks like they haven't had a conversation in DMs up until this point. So just to randomly message someone out of the blue and just be like, I was not about to ask you to join Juice Plus. It's like, shut up. Yes, you were. Why the fuck you lying? MLM memes. Hey queens. Hey queens, did you know that you can make $5 billion from home every month by simply joining my team and selling this amazing product? All you have to do is add lots of people on Facebook that you have 1 or 2 mutual friends with. These emojis, they're so good. Or message people you haven't talked to in at least 5 years saying, hey fatty, you're looking ugly as fuck since high school. How have you been, girl? Do you want to buy my wraps or my pills, you fucking skank? Message me for more info, gross bitch. I fucking can't. This is written so well. Oh god. You gross bitch. I love my 3 pink Mercedes and I took my family of 38 people to Cancun not once, not twice, but 13 times this past week alone. I also literally cured myself of 8 different kinds of cancer. This could be you. Buy a starter kit at no cost to you, except $500. Oh fuck, that's some good shit. While this is obviously satire, it's not that far off from real life. Alright, I just have to throw on some falsies and some lipstick, but in the meantime, let's thank my patrons while I'm doing that. The biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Anxiety for Days, Evan Adler, Eve Blondo, Cat Loves Things and Stuff, Rach J, Laura Lynn Martin, Karina Winman, Clark Grace, Yesenia Rivera, Daniel Urena, Maria Burchett, April Lindblom, Tuesday the 13th, Amanda McMahon, Justin Kelsey, E. Higgins, Erica Lauder-Craddock, Molly Wasilewski, Boris Geller, Meredith Nakata, Rachel McHenry, Turd Ferguson, Corey Allison, Kim Cartwright, Maddie Darley, Kelly Creffield, Katrina Rosemarick, and Elizabeth Wyatt, and to the rest of my fabulous patrons, I still haven't put my eyelashes on. What am I doing with my life? Oh yeah, that's better. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for being here and for being you. Thank you for everyone who's bearing with me during this strange time. But I'm doing my best to continue to get some content out to you guys. My second upload this week is a sponsored video, and it's also my aerial video that I've been hinting at. I'm hoping to have it up by Thursday, but since it is sponsored, I have to have it approved by a sponsor first, so hopefully Thursday, if not Friday. Oh my god, my cat. Itty, really? I'm literally about to be done filming. Why do you have to do this? This is why all the blinds in my house are fucked. Anywho, to my postcard crew, postcards went out today, so sorry that they're a little late. I kind of had a baby, so I've been a little busy, but they're going out. Thank you cards, I have not filled them out yet, but I have them, so that's gonna be like a whole day ordeal, so thank you for being patient about those. I will get them out to you, I promise. Just because like this month has been so wild. I'm gonna probably take a day, maybe like next week or something, and do it. If not, like early February. It's just, there's a lot going on. But thank you for all the kind wishes and all the nice things that everyone's been saying. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys just being here in general. So with that all being said, keep making waves, babes, and I will smell you later, Mommy Tsunami. Ow.